coming live to you from Comms vNext here in Denver, Colorado. I'm with the Partner IQ team. I've got the co-founders here with me, and we're going to be talking about partnering with Microsoft in an efficient and effective manner. Max, Justin, you want to say hi?
Hello.
Hello.
Nice to be here.
Good afternoon.
All right. Well, tell me, you guys, a little bit about partnering with Microsoft. Why it is that you're here, why it is that you're wanting to help organizations partner.
I'll start. Partnering with Microsoft is difficult, huge task, and it's essential for you to get it right as an organization. If you somehow missteps, skip steps, try to skip ahead, it's certain to fail. So we feel like we help organizations partner better within the Microsoft ecosystem.
Awesome. From my perspective, partnering's hard. I think there's a lot of folks looking to take shortcuts. Shortcuts don't work, and I think we found over our history, what the secret ingredients are to making effective partnerships, making them simple, making them work. And that experience and that knowledge is what we're looking to bring to the partner community and hopefully accelerate the larger Microsoft practices out there.
Awesome. So when you're working with these organizations, what are some of those challenges that you come across?
A lot of the organizations will tell you that they've ticked all the boxes, done everything that Microsoft has asked them to do. They've kind of followed a little bit of a playbook, but haven't really done the necessary work. They haven't dug in and rolled up their sleeves and really done the work. So it's kind of like you're kind of drifting out at sea a little bit without a plan for survival. And we offer that plan. We do a 2-day workshop where we'll come in and really understand your business objectives. We will come out of that after 2 days and give you a blueprint for success, how to talk to Microsoft, how to speak the languages, what all the KPIs are, why Microsoft should care about you, why the Microsoft ecosystem can provide an uplift in your business and the number of leads that you bring in-house.
Yeah, I think when I see some of those challenges, Amanda, it's generally around leads, right? Customers, partners in the sense they want access to leads. They want revenue, they want to see funnel and funnel development. But I think what we tend to unpack when we're going through these issues or the frustrations is they haven't really done the work, right? They haven't created value back to the community. There's no strategy in what that value plan might look like, and there's no roadmap to, well, how long does that plan take? Is that a 6-month plan? Is it a 12-month plan? Is it an 18-month plan? And what are the necessary things that connect the partner story to the Microsoft needs or what they're trying to do in the marketplace that's aligned to the Microsoft strategy? And there just becomes a general frustration of, well, why isn't this thing working? And that's a very complex, lengthy answer, but maybe we can go into some of the surface of that.
I mean, we'll help them understand why Microsoft should care about them. I mean,
Right.
over the 2-day session, we really we deep dive into that, and it's I don't know the whole thing that comes. Take it. Finish my thought here.
Well, let's dig into a little bit more about what Justin was saying. What are some of the things that you need to consider as an organization as you're preparing to become a Microsoft partner? So how long does it take? What type of effort, time, money? Like, give us examples of that people need to consider even before they come to Partner IQ to maybe have a workshop or have a discussion.
Yeah, I think there's a number of things there, but unpacking a few simple ones. Max has a framework, the 4-14-40. Just developing your pitch in a way that goes through what we would call almost like the Microsoft Rosetta Stone, transferring the language of the partner's business speak and what they do really well into what is it that when you talk to a Microsoft seller or the Microsoft field and as a partner, what is it they're looking to hear? And we have to kind of put that through a bit of a translator, but in a succinct way, right? It has to be very precise in who are you and what do you do? And I think what we find in a lot of those early cases is businesses can't very much articulate the value of what they provide. They can articulate the technicals of what they provide, but they can't really say problems they're solving for, and more so, if I'm looking to partner, in this case with Microsoft, with a hyperscaler, what is it that the hyperscaler would want to hear in that pitch? It's very much tuned to the customer. And in this case, if you're looking for leads and you're looking to grow with your partner, we really have to tune that to, well, what does it mean to your partnership and why would they care?
Right, right.
That's just one facet, right? I think you asked for some of the things there of what other things do they need to be doing. We talk a lot about establishing credibility and trust in the community. And to establish brand credibility, brand strength, and trust, that takes time. It takes time and effort, and that takes consistency and showing up. We do a lot of work around building consistency and then backing that all into a marketing plan and these kind of pillars of marketing, value, and outcome, rather than maybe the more traditional or older model of showing up and committing what we call the cardinal sin, showing up and asking for leads. It's the worst thing that can be done, and for whatever reason, the majority of us as the partner community just think, well, we're a great partner, we have a great solution, of course they're going to love it, and they just need to give us the leads. And unfortunately, it doesn't work that way, and you need to plan for how are you going to stay consistent with your people, how are you going to build the right message, and how are you going to build that in a way that maintains relevancy by showing up.
And why does Microsoft care about me? It's what problem do I solve? What problem do I take off of a Microsoft field person's desk and solve for that? And how do I how do I retire quota? Cleaning people behind there.
Those are all very different KPIs, right? If we talk about those from our KPI framework, we have 9 or so KPIs that we talk about. That these are the way that Microsoft measures you as a partner in terms of your scorecard, and your scorecard being the if they look at what things do you tick in terms of the way that they measure you, these are those cores. I mean the simple things like the evolution of Microsoft Marketplace. Right? The Marketplace is now key in the partner portfolio, where we start right first part of our discussion. What's your Marketplace story? Generally it starts, well, we don't have one listed. What does it take? Well, it takes time. It's not easy, right? We're going to have to go through and build that. What is it that your Marketplace listing achieves? Does it get you IP co-sell certified? IP co-sell being the access that gets you the relevancy with the Microsoft field seller. And it keeps on building and building, but I mean, just a couple of those KPIs, just to quickly mention. We like to say there's 9 of them. Not everybody's going to tick every single one of them. It takes time. And each one of those KPIs is going to take roadmap investment, political investment, executive investment. The KPIs themselves are actually rather simple, but getting your organization bought in, that takes time.
Okay, so the KPIs are all part of kind of like that blueprint that you all were mentioning, right? To get that established and build upon?
Yes, correct. And I think most organizations from a high level, executive level, they don't really understand what the undertaking is. It's like, I didn't realize this is so difficult and there's so much. Microsoft's there, let's just partner with them. Can't we do that? We can do that. They told us, it says right here on the website how to partner with Microsoft.
Right.
Great. That's all fine and good. And then they get to that point where now how do we translate this into revenue, leads, opportunities, and that's where the blueprint comes in. Again, it's kind of a ongoing theme within this ecosystem, and it's. The executive levels, the people that are going to invest in their Microsoft partnership have to understand what this road looks like. And it's not an easy road. It's not a short road. It's a long haul. Some people aren't fit to be partnered with Microsoft. We ask them that the first day we meet with them, and it's like, do you really want to do this? Do you know how hard this is? And some decide not to take the journey, but some that do, we really lay it out there for them and let them know, listen, this is going to be hard work.
Mm-hmm. What are some of those questions that you ask to determine whether or not they should take that journey?
We dig in a good bit around the tolerance for time. What are your timelines, right? Do you have 3 months, 6 months, 9 months, 18 months?
Sure.
And we back into the objectives, right? If it's just find us one lead to prove that it works, that's a lot different than saying, build us a funnel of hundreds of customers and get those customers converting. Mm-hmm. That can be one of those tracks. I think there's a few other tracks there around the time in terms of investment, right? Of what does your war chest look like? Do you have budget for this? Is that budget allocated around heads? Are those heads structured correctly around the organization, right? Do you have marketing heads that are committed to this? Or do you have sales heads that are committed? Do you have channel heads that are committed? And depending, again,
Do you have
everybody's
travel
gonna be
budget?
yeah.
Do you have budgets
You have
for
travel
events
budget.
like this?
One of the things we personally believe in is committed relationships. In the time that it takes to develop those relationships, these are people that are going to invest in you. That generally requires showing up. So travel budget is an absolutely critical component of
Yeah.
the larger plan. And if you're not willing to show up, how are you going to be relevant when it comes time to extract leads from, again, this is a partnership. I don't think we're not really describing things that are really crazy here. It's what does it mean to develop a relationship? And that it takes time, investment, and effort. A lot of this is less the technical, and we do unpack some technical bits of how do I structure my first discussion in a way that I can tell Microsoft what I do in order to actually get leads from that discussion. How can I do that in a 10 to 15 minute conversation? And again, this is value-driven discussions, not technical-driven discussions. I think a lot of partners worry, is my technology fit enough? Is Microsoft going to look at my technology and think, gosh, it's not everything that it could be? That's not the core of it. Is what is it? What's the value of what you're solving for? What are you really helping the customer do, and what does that unlock for the larger technology and strategy?
And we practice what we preach too. So if there are any customers out there that would like to hire us, we'll come and see you. We believe that person to person, in person, is the right way to build this partnership and the partnership that we would have with you. We will invest our time and energy and effort to come to you.
A lot of it comes down to value, right? And the value and quality of conversation is just 100% different when you're in person.
Yeah, I mean, we've had them here at this show.
Here at the conference, I mean, that's a big reason to be here at the
Yeah.
conference,
Yeah, I mean,
right?
I can't think of how many great conversations we've already had here that
Boots on the
we
ground.
wouldn't have if we were doing this over electronic device.
The shared insights, intelligence, the quality of conversation, the value
Yeah.
of what you're solving for, the articulation and commitment to next steps, right? Where you commit your business and taking some big bets. You need to get to know these people, right? And that doesn't happen online. It
I mean,
happens
investment in us is not I would say it's not expensive for the return you get once you do invest in us. I'm doing a little bit of selling here, but we can accelerate your revenue faster than you could should you choose not to hire us. I mean,
Sure.
we can make that timeline from 18-month investment with Microsoft or any other partners that are maybe underperforming, for instance. We can shrink that timeline down in half or even more. We've talked a little bit about the 9 KPIs and the formal relationships that we have with Microsoft and all the tick boxes, but there's a really important, other component to that, and that's the informal, and that's where, we think we really shine.
I think this is the space of, when we've been approached in the past, whether it was, working for other companies that need an alliance manager, need that referral, they generally start to ask for, it's not so much I need an academic, somebody who really understands the Microsoft framework, I need an insider.
Okay.
And I think that, that the back end of what Max and I bring and other people in the company is we've been inside this ecosystem for more than 25 years, right? We've worked at Microsoft ourselves. We've worked inside partners. We worked at one time. Amanda, I was a customer of yours. One time we worked together.
Right.
Right. We've all been trying to build all of this together. So there's lots of learnings, and sometimes that back end's required to just simply make a phone call to somebody you've spent a career with in building trust together, and that phone call means that far end they pick up, and sometimes that's what partners need. Is I need access to somebody at a district level, a senior sponsor, a program owner, somebody with the right industry intelligence. I need special access that I can't get through a website or a front end. And
I mean, how do you measure that value? I mean, it's
immeasurable.
It's an accelerant that we bring to the table, and it's interesting. We have a client that we're working with now that we basically just ran their blueprint past Microsoft before we finalized it. We let them practice on Microsoft before they go out to the Microsoft field. We've connected them with friendlies inside the Microsoft organization. And they were very harsh critics of our client and really set them on the right path towards success. So it's those types of asks that we have access to. And again, I'm selling here, but
Quit it.
I firmly believe that we bring a ton of value. So
I think
there you go.
Sure.
hopefully some of the company philosophy shining through. We want to help, right? Don't present us a problem within the alliance or channel space and don't think that we're going to want to solve it. We had some customers recently. We committed to go down. We believed in the solving the problem so much, right? Yeah, we'll get on a plane and come see you. Let's come talk about it.
Yeah.
We're inherently interested in a lot of these problems, and the benefit in the long run, right? We all win. We're elevating all boats in this rising tide by going and helping. And I think part of this too is part of our culture. It's going to take time. It's not quick. It's not easy. It's not instant. All these things take time. If we do it the right way, the end results.
We care
will be
too.
there.
I mean, we care about the success of our clients. So we're in the referral business. So happy clients bring more business to us, and we just look forward to doing great work. Some of our work is, I would say, it's pro bono, wouldn't you say?
We
go above and beyond.
Again, don't present us a problem. We're problem solvers first.
Yeah. We're not going to leave anything loose ends
Right.
untied.
It sounds like you really care about your customers.
Absolutely.
You really want to help them and elevate them, and you become a part of their team, right? Like you basically go in and you become an alliance manager there to help them with the Microsoft relationship.
Absolutely. I mean, there's the formal, there's the informal part of that.
But our organization, we'll bring people in as well and provide alliance manager on demand. We understand that there's emerging companies or there's companies with cost containment going on, especially with some of the shrinking that we're seeing in the partner community. How do I still maintain the relationship? We know that the worst thing is pushing pause and holding and changing the landscape of people that we've seen for a long time. How can I continue to manage that landscape? We provide fractional alliance managers or alliance management on demand. So at minimum, right, somebody's there to provide that carrying, that overhead, that day-to-day management, and it could be a stopgap, it could be a long-term, it could be a short-term, right? That alliance manager on demand is really that, use them as they were part of your own organization. In the quality of people that we have, they certainly fill those types of gaps.
For sure. All right, well, our discussion today is all about being efficient and effective in partnerships. And we kind of touched on that throughout our conversation. But can you give me like one or two high points each about being efficient and effective in a Microsoft partnership?
Yeah, I'll take that, Max.
All right.
Or at least get us started.
Yeah.
Efficiency really starts with that blueprint, right?
Yep.
When we encounter partners that are struggling or they're lost or their executive is trying to bring accountability to the organization, it all starts with that blueprint, right? If we don't know what we're marching to, an executive can't buy off on that program, they can't say yes to it, they can't give you the resources or allocation that you might need. So the blueprint starts there, but the blueprint also acts as, let's call them MBOs in a way, right? We know what those objectives are, so if we're marching towards those objectives, we know the outcomes and where we're supposed to be going. So that brings in some of the efficiency, right? So that brings in the path to success, so we're not trying to put out fires as they come along or just kind of willy-nilly going at it and hoping for success. We're actually building that framework on something that works. I think that's the efficiency side. The effectiveness is connecting all of that story to the market problems. And again, this is where us being on the ground so frequently and engaging, and I mean, almost think of us in that case as you need an analyst. You need somebody that's very tuned into what's going on in the market, what's relevant, and what's now, and connecting, again, using that Rosetta Stone, connecting that business problem through what is the business capability. And as we translate that, that's where the effectiveness comes in. Now we know what are the marketing campaigns to run. Who within Microsoft is going to care about this? There's roughly 5 or more organizations out there, and is it the customer success unit? Is it the STU? Is it the CSU? And all these great acronyms. Who's going to care, right? So we have to then unpack to make it effective. We have to do the right things, and sometimes that's a roadshow, right, Amanda? We've done some great roadshows. We've done some roadshows that were not great.
Sure.
There's different fitments, right? Sometimes it's a webinar. Sometimes it's not a webinar, right? So it's knowing what levers, knobs, and dials to pull to make those effective, not efficient. So building the plan with the efficiency and the effectiveness overlapping, that's where our strategy on a page really kind of comes together in that blueprint. But
So we talked a little bit about directing and doing. There's two different kind of components there, and a lot of these organizations will be directed to do certain things. Again, we talked about the Microsoft website, and here's what you need to do. And then there's the doing piece, and that's where I think we're different than the other players out there that have similar types of consulting businesses. But we roll up our sleeves and get our hands dirty and do the work with you. And we talked a little bit about building out your marketplace offering. There's a lot of places where you can get stuck. And so what we like to do, again, roll up the sleeves and do it with you, show you how to do it, teach you the process, so that when you're ready to build that next offering out, you can go ahead and do that yourselves. And if we do our jobs effectively, we will help people kind of graduate to the next levels, and they won't need to hire us. We'd love to continue working with them, of course, but that's okay. Job well done if they're able to kind of take the reins.
Yeah.
I think we heard a partner just today say, I went through Marketplace 9 times.
Yeah.
8 of those times I failed. We did not know why. Something in there was the secret sauce. It wasn't published on the web page. And it took a bit of navigation to get through that 9th time to unlock, to make it work. And that's where the experience comes in, right? Of doing this so many times and going through those tribulations. I don't know if they come without the trials.
There's that whole piece though too, the insider piece, where you've got access to individuals within Microsoft that can help those folks that are having trouble with their marketplace offering, and then also find that little strip of code that they need to have.
There's some secrets in there that
There's
aren't
some
well published,
secrets.
but I think, and it wasn't that, in the case that you're mentioning, we had a partner we referred to one of the ISV success programs. It's not like we offered them a special backdoor, it was just the fact that the program existed, but if you go through the program list, there's probably 200 programs.
Right.
Do you know which one fits? And just simply asking that partner, hey, would you mind signing up for this program? You're going to get a great coach. Microsoft actually has a bunch of help here, but just the awareness that existed. And there's some very mature partners in this space, and they say, oh, I didn't know that program. I didn't know about that.
Did we mention it's hard to partner with Microsoft? I think the audience obviously understands what the difficulties are.
I don't think any of us have been there without a struggle of some sort, right? I mean, we've been there ourselves of, oh man, this is hard. And that's not to say things don't change, right? Coming up, we're coming up to fiscal year end. We're coming up to July 1st. There will be new marching orders. 2 years ago, Viva was a big march. Co-pilot's now a big march. Are we going to pivot to security?
Well, we're
in July,
starting,
or
we're
are we
starting
going
to
to
hear whispers here at the conference about what's coming.
We're going to pivot to Dynamics and Contact Center. It's going to shift, and the strategy we had a year ago is going to change. It's not one and done. It's an always evolving, always tuning based on the feedback. And there's times of year we get some really great feedback. As guys, I'm sorry, but we're going to have to shift over here now, and that's the hard stuff. You got to be willing to walk away from some investments at times.
Definitely.
Yeah, for sure. All right, well, we're wrapping up here, but if anyone wants to continue this conversation with us, how do they find you?
You can dial us up on our website at www.thepartneriq.com, or you can reach me at max.beeh at thepartneriq.com. I'm not going to give you my home phone number or address, but you can reach me on email.
We've given out, I wouldn't give it out online like this, but partner at thepartneriq.com is great. Our commitment is having a person answer every request that comes in. It's not going to an automated email. You'll get one of our partner architects, one of our consultants, or Max or myself. One of us will respond directly, and we'll attach personability to that, and that's our commitment to the partner community. No bots.
All right.
No
Sounds
bots.
great. No bots.
No bots.
No bots.
Thank you, Amanda. Those were
Right.
great questions. I wish we had some more time, but
And I want to
maybe
thank
the next
Eric
session.
behind the scenes here for setting this up for us, and look forward to more like this. This was fun.
It's been a great conference so far. Looking forward
Yeah,
to more
yeah,
sessions.
we're only,
Halfway
day
through.
one.
Yeah. All right. Thank you all.